Ladies and gentlemen, there was a recent town hall meeting in East Palestine, and they are demanding that the rail company responsible for this entire thing relocate everybody in town. The people, it was just a highly charged meeting, and I don't blame them. If you're sitting in this situation, I think they all realize it's time to go. This government and corporations see when it's something and they got to shell out for the people, they all of a sudden get all slow and lethargic. But there is an urgency in this area, not just East Palestine, but the surrounding towns are also suffering a lot of the same symptoms. Just like I told y'all in my previous video, they have a national park that's not far by. And the national park there in Ohio, they are claiming that they're finding dead animals over there every day. The animals are still dropping dead. So yeah, it's a very dangerous situation for these folks. But I have a video from CNN, and I'm going to let you see that video, and I'll be right back with the rest of my commentary.
There's outrage, fear, and just plain desperation that is coming to a head in East Palestine during a town hall last night.
I'm begging you, by the grace of God, please get our people out of here. Yes.
Those are residents of East Palestine speaking to officials for Norfolk Southern. These families are demanding to be relocated from their own homes at this emotional meeting. They say they're afraid that their kids are going to get cancer. They don't feel safe living in their own town anymore after a train that was loaded with those toxic chemicals crashed and burned a month ago. Last night, the train company's representative tried to reassure residents, but instead really just got an earful.
We are sorry. We're very sorry for that. We feel horrible about it. So, we have a plan. We have a plan to do that. We're ready to start tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. And to engineer, we're going to do the right thing. We're going to do the right thing. We're going to clean up the site. We're going to clean up the site. But we are sorry, and we do care. We do. If you would,
Okay, so you can see in that crowd, they were yelling to get out. They want to get out of there. And, it's only the right thing to do for them to get relocated, and you know how this government works. They're sitting there giving everything to Ukraine, but when something happens here, the citizens got to go to a meeting and shout everybody down to get things done. So you saw the angry residents. They met with the rail company official, and that was the man you saw on the stage. And every time they were saying they want out, he was just pretty much standing there talking about cleanup, you know, and oh, they're going to do the right thing. We're going to clean up the site. That's not good enough. The contamination is everywhere at this point, and they need to get out of there. And you can see they don't want to relocate anybody. That's why he just, every time they were screaming, he kept coming back talking about cleanup, cleanup. So he claimed they're going to do right by the people, and one person yelled out, "No, you're not." And Norfolk Southern, the operator of the train that derailed on Wednesday the 3rd, is faced with continued criticism from the residents in the area, and I don't blame them. And they're still reporting all kinds of illnesses that stem from this massive explosion after derailment. So they already identified the chemical as vinyl chloride, and these folks are still feeling the effects of those chemicals, and it's taking a physical toll on them. So the official was standing there letting them know that the work has begun around the tracks, and remediation started Friday, a quarter mile from the derailment site on the South Track. This is according to CNN. The process will revolve removing one side of the tracks and digging out the contaminated soil, conducting sampling, and then replacing the tracks. The same would be done on the other side of the track. So this is how they claim they're going to do the work. They didn't even mention anything about the workers all getting sick in this whole process. So they said the sooner they pick it up, the sooner they can get out of town. So this is what the rail company is saying. So EPA Region 5 Administrator Deborah Shore said at the town hall meeting that this is going to be a complicated big project. Okay, so let's say you're doing all of these things. These folks still want to get out of town. They don't want to sit here while you work through the process. And they're not talking like that. You can see they're trying to avoid any talk of relocation for these people. And I think they see the writing on the wall about being in that town now. And me and many other people, I don't believe they can fix this. I think the damage is permanent, and it just can't be fixed at this point. It can't. So they're still transporting wastewater and solid waste to other states, and right now we just know of within Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, and Texas. That's where wastewater and solid waste is going at this point. But, they said there at the end, there will be probably more states involved in taking this waste. So last week, the governor uh, said that he suggests the company should temporarily or permanently relocate residents who feel unsafe. So the governor, DeWine, has already made the recommendation. But if you listen closely to what the representative from Norfolk Southern said on that stage, all he wanted to talk about was cleanup. This is going to cost them a lot of money. I don't know why Norfolk is acting like they could just do their brand of cleaning up and then just leaving and just resuming with these chemical trains coming through there. You know, they should anticipate this is going to cost them a big chunk of money. There is no way around it. And you can already see the EPA is full of crap. They're still testing the docks and levels, and I really don't believe whatever they're using, it sure ain't working right with all these sick people. It's not working right. You know, who is reliable in this whole thing? Who is going to step up to the plate and do what's right? Right now, you're not hearing from anybody. You're not hearing from Biden administration. You're not hearing from Norfolk Southern. you're not hearing from anybody that's going to step up and do what's right. So it's the typical meeting in America when there's a crisis or something's wrong, they don't want to do anything. So we'll see what happens in the coming weeks. If people will get out, or they will help them get out, or they'll still be sitting there weeks later. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.